All right, Coach Mason will give opening comments and be available for your questions.
First of all, man, I want to say thank you to our seniors and those guys, man. It's been a long ride, like with those guys, but those guys showed some resilience this week in terms of talking to our young guys and talking about their experiences here. I thought this was about exactly what I told these guys it was going to come down to. We needed to respond, right? Going down, 10-0 and needing to find a way to get back in this ball game, and we wound up scoring, 31 straight points, which is something we haven't done all year. And it's there, it's been in them, but until you're willing to respond, to the adversity and lean into it and just continue to keep chopping wood, it wasn't going to be so. But they made it so tonight. The players did. Bodie Reeder called a heck of a game. The players executed it well. Defensively, got some timely stops. Like there were some explosives early, man, but I thought they got some timely stops. And overall, you wind up with a game, man, that looks the way probably everybody wanted it to look all year. I'm proud of these guys again. It was fun. I had fun. I'm getting after refs a little bit, but at the end of the day, that's okay. They need a little butt chewing every once in a while too. But it felt good. It felt like Blue Raider football, from the second quarter on, or like at least the way I see it, felt like Blue Raider football. Was it mistake-free? Absolutely not. But it showed signs, true signs of what this team can be, regardless of record. Man, you got to play. You got to play for the opportunity, and the opportunity was to get better today. So thankful. I thank God, man. You got to count it all joy in this process. Even when you're going through the rough stuff, man, you got to count it all joy. And tonight, our players held this program up. So I want to say thank you to those guys. I want to say thank you to these seniors. And Sam Houston's an athletic and tough football team. Coach Longo has been around the game a long time. He's building a program that's going to be around for a while. So with that, I'll open it up for questions.
Coach, most of the season, especially throughout the 7-game losing streak, this team had faced a lot of scrutiny, especially you. What does a game like this do to kind of take some of that pressure off, or just kind of give you a feel good?
Yeah, you got to be careful. It feels good. It feels good for our guys. I felt good for those guys coming in the locker room. I felt good for those guys being able to sing the fight song, man, downstairs. All that is what you want, and you want it every week. But we hadn't quite gotten ourselves there. And the scrutiny itself, you really find out who's against you and who's with you, like through that process and journey. And that's okay, because that lets us know. I mean, it lets our guys know truly. You can't put all your eggs in one basket, okay? What you got to do, man, you got to do the work, okay, man, you got to love yourself, okay, man, you got to love your teammates. And then through the process, man, we all got to lean into it and make sure, man, that we take care of one another. And that's what this group has done. Because it could have been easy to fold, but this group has never folded. It's found ways to frustrate themselves, okay, as we all have. But I think through it all, man, they continue to stick together. And I think when you do, now you can start to see, man, we're going to gain some momentum. This group's got it in them.
Coach, obviously, you talk about your senior class, and every senior class is special to the coaching staff. But with you having 2 years with these guys, just what does this group mean to you, being the first 2 years as a Blue Raider head coach?
Yeah, I deal with their expectations, right? Not everybody else's, man, because these are the guys, when a young man comes to MTSU, the one thing that I sit down and talk to parents about is trying to give a better product back to them than the one they dropped off, right? And seeing the journey, seeing a DeMonte Smith grow up, become a father, right? And have a preemie and just fight through a lot of things that were going on early. To see Nick, come as far as he's come, and find himself having to mentor a young guy who took every bit of it. Parker Hughes has had to deal with, old guy playing next to you, young guy playing next to you, and he still remained consistent. I've seen these guys, man, grow up, truly grow up, okay, man, and they've given, whether the record says it or not, people don't see the stuff that they gave every day. Okay, it's part of them, it's on them, and they'll always and forever be Blue Raiders.
You guys went down 10-0 after the first quarter, but then went on a 31-7 run after that. What really changed after that first quarter?
Settling down, man. You know, you could tell Roman had a little nerves, early with some of that. Defensively, man. I mean, just, again, getting unnerved a little bit. I saw us get unnerved, and that wasn't the way it was in practice. I mean, practice was fun this week. It really was, because we talked about the response. We moved it around. We changed up periods just so, like, guys would have to learn that rough lesson. And, for those guys, I thought it started slow, but nobody really cares how you start. Everybody cares how you finish. So, the rest sort of just fell in place for us. You caught rhythm. You saw a bunch of receivers out there on the field tonight. Just crazy balance between the run and the pass. I thought was, extremely good. I mean, it was just guys just playing ball. It looked fun. And let me say this. I got to, Roman Gagliano was, player of the game, and rightfully so. But it's cool how he sees the game through a 5-year-old's eyes. Every time you watch the kid, man, he's just a little redhead kid, man, out there playing ball and having fun with it. And you know what? That's the coolest thing in the world. I mean, like, to see a dude, man, just having fun with his dudes. And you know what? They love him as much as he loves it. So I think just seeing that for me has been fun. It brings life, to the game. So I just thought I'd say that.
You mentioned Roman, and he's been a dude for you guys these last 2 games. Are you kind of surprised on how well he's played, or have you seen that in him the last 2 years?
I said it, man. The first time he stepped on campus, man, he goes, we're going down to watch the women's basketball championships down in Huntsville. And that dude, he walked out on the court. He said, "Coach, watch this." My man walks out, drains a half-court shot, and did it. And there's a few people in here that know exactly what I'm talking about. That dude's always been that way. He's always had a high belief in self. Okay, I remember watching him when he was in Opelika. When I was at Auburn, the dude has grown up. He really has. But like I said, he comes from a big family, and he's just a kid. He's just loving the game. I mean, he's like a kid playing marbles. He's got a fistful of marbles in his pocket, and some Jacksons, some spin tops, and he's just having fun going out there and playing a game that he loves to play.
Guys, one more question because Coach has got to get the radio before they go off air. So,
outside of Roman, you got a shake up at the offensive line. Even guys like Landon Collins getting his first start today. Are we learning a lot about the potential of this offense? And then how do you carry that momentum into New Mexico State?
Yeah, we got to continue to carry the momentum into New Mexico State, right? I mean. That's sort of, what we talk about. Just trying to catch a little fire and then see how much smoke and fire we can bring behind it. When you look at those guys, the young guys, man, we got a lot of young guys. Chris Noble, unfortunately, gets thrown out first play of the game or second play of the game, whatever it was for him. There's young guys all over the place, but I said this when I took this job: young guys were going to play, and young guys become old guys. I can remember when I first started seeing Anthony Bynum, okay, or in Chicago Woods, and, I saw Jaquil Middlebrook, and now you're starting to see Landon Collins, and you're starting to see all these other guys show up. Kamari Hall, like tonight, who played outstanding. You're going to continue to see young guys. Corey Smith was a young guy a year ago. It's the way it's got to be built now, at least the way I see it. I mean, it was going to be a 3-year process, but we're getting better. And hopefully what we can do is just continue, man, to keep going down the tracks. Because believe me, the train don't stop. Thank you. Let's go, Blue.
Yep. I got Yari McDonald.
Well, Jr., talk about just riding out on the final home game, a hometown guy, and getting a big win. Talk about just the emotion of all that.
Man, really emotional. Just to be in that room, that locker room with them guys. That this last home game, it's just to finish it out with all the seniors. big, man. It's huge. It's great for the confidence and in the next game and even going into the offseason. So I was happy that we got to bring it in. We got to finish it up and do what we had to do here. And the first home win in that new locker room, new facility. So it was great.
DR, you spent several years at MTSU. Kind of like reflect on your career and what being a Blue Raider has meant to you.
It's been a lot of hard work, a lot of grinding, a lot of just being blessed. Man, I'm very blessed with the guys I've been around, the coaches I've been around, the opportunities I've had. I'm very blessed and I'm very fortunate to have, the Nick Bayatos, the Abdul Muhammad's, the Rome Gagliano, just have these great guys around and just be able to just have fun and work at the same time. So I'm very blessed for the opportunity that I've had here. You
mentioned, you guys got the first win on the new field, new facility. Just how exciting is that to go in there and get a win with your boys?
That's very exciting. Just to bring it home. You know what I'm saying? On senior night, too, there's no other way to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it was great. It was real good. And I'm very, very excited that we got to do it on senior day.
And Diari, was there like a different feeling about today? I mean, first home winning for you guys in over a year.
Nah, we just stuck to it. You know what I'm saying? Every week it's the same thing. It's the grind. It's the physical tough and being intelligent on the defense. So it wasn't nothing different. We just was able to do it all 4 quarters. It seemed like this game, and we all put it together, and it was something that was amazing to watch. Offense did it, we did it, special teams did it. So it was good. It's real good.
And then looking at Sam Houston's offense, kind of some uncertainty at quarterback. How did you guys prepare this week?
We just prepared like we always do. Whoever's up there, we always don't take it to them, no matter who it is, what guy it is, backup, starter, whatever the situation is. And we was just able to come out and just really play a full 4 quarters, and that was something that we did today.
Anything else for DR?
Thank y'all.
Roman, first win as the starting quarterback at MTSU. How does it feel just coming off the field?
Awesome. And it makes it that much bigger, winning for those seniors like Ari, like Nick, like Big Man, DeMonte. It definitely means a little more. How we can pull it out for those guys.
Back-to-back games for 300-plus total yards for you. How are you able to come in and play like a veteran, kind of dominate, even though you're just a redshirt freshman with 2 starts under your belt?
That's not me at all. That's the good Lord blessing me with these abilities, and then my teammates around me. I get the game ball and the accolades, but so much is unseen that those guys do for me. So I'm definitely pretty grateful for them.
Rob, you don't have many intentions of sliding when you take off, do you?
No. I look up to Cam Newton a lot. So he didn't do that, and I like to think me and Coach Blatnick have a good bond to build my body up where I don't need to slide.
Okay, go around. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Y'all got to talk to Cam in the offseason. Is that something that you learned from him, or is there anything specific?
Yeah, for sure. On Nick and Roman's Empire, if you guys want to go check that out on YouTube, actually, it's a good podcast. But yeah, just learning as much as I can from him. Whether it was watching to him, talking to him, he gave me and Nick some really cool things. So yeah, for sure.
Looking at your weapons tonight, Landon Collins, second leading receiver, saw him first string on the 2 deep. Can you talk about what he's done so far this year?
Yeah, he's done nothing but make plays. In practice, every day he puts his head on and work and makes plays in practice. I'm glad we can get him some touches during the game and help him lead us to the victory.
You mentioned your show, podcast, Nick and Roman's Empire. Kind of talk about how it's been, how cool it's been to have that platform to talk with your teammates and put stuff out on social media.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, especially in this day and age with NIL and everything. I think it's another, way for companies and businesses to kind of get to know us. So I think it's pretty cool, and we've gotten real on there actually. So it's like getting to know your teammates in a camera is pretty cool.
Nick's been fighting some injuries behind the scenes. How has he been to you as a leader these last 2 weeks?
Yeah, I owe it all to Nick. I can sit up here and say that he did everything for me because he did. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was in the film room, he'd stay extra with me. We'd look at stuff, see it through his eyes. Whether it's a footwork drop on the field, he'll stay after me, kind of tell him what he's thinking. So I just kind of take a lot of stuff from him and really grateful for him.
The offensive approach, do you feel like it's been simplified, or has it always been the same game plan that Nick was running? Has it changed at all with you at starter?
Oh, I think it's the same. We have the same guys, running the same plays. I think it's just knowing that Nick wasn't there, everybody else kind of was like, we got to step up and play for me. So I think I'm grateful for them, and they definitely is kind of playing harder, I think.
Second start, did the game slow down for you at all? Do you feel a lot more comfortable about it?
Yeah, I think so. It felt just like WKU. Out there playing ball again. So I think it was good, yeah.
You have those veteran running backs next to you. Can you kind of speak on what they have meant to you as you've gotten your feet under you and started these last 2 games?
Yeah, they definitely take a lot of pressure off me. I know if I can give them the ball, we can go get 4 or 5 and then play a 2nd and 6. Jaquel Mitterbrook, he's obviously just an athletic specimen, a freak. You know what I'm saying? He just plays ball. Ricky Hunt comes in, his backup, giving us a shot of energy. He's more of a physical runner. He's going to go fight for some yards. And then even the younger guys in that room, you got to like Austin Clemens, DJ Taylor. Those guys are always ready to plug and play. So I think that room is going to be special.
Even though you're kind of a young guy, you really haven't taken sacks in your 2 starts. Where does that come from for you, and how have you developed that feel since you've come to Middle Tennessee?
I think it's, one, the preparation we put into during the week. How to get myself protected, where to get with the ball. I think me and Coach Rita do a great job of kind of knowing who to point, who to block, who not to block, and obviously the big guys up front. They're holding it down for me. I don't have to do a whole lot if they're just sitting there. I can make a sandwich back there and go complete a ball. You know what I'm saying?
Anything else for Roman? Thanks, Roman.
Thank you, guys.
Specifically the defensive line. Just talk about how you guys were able to kind of dominate the line, especially after the first quarter.
I say it started at practice. I always talk about practice, but it really starts at practice. Just Coach Hargraves, Coach Smith, everybody just teaches knock back, build a wall, and that's pretty much what we do.
How'd you settle in after that first quarter?
After the first quarter, it was 10-0. So just honestly keep my head up and just keep pushing, honestly. And
Was there anything Sam Houston was doing that you kept off your game plan?
Nah, they pretty much did everything the same way. Like every time they got the pistol, we knew they was running stretch. Or every time the tight end was on the same side as running back, it was counter. So we pretty much knew everything.
You went down 10-0. You could have, I'll say give up, but you could have let that trickle down and keep going. Can you speak on how the mental strength has grown for this team throughout the year to pick up a win after going down 10 points in this game?
I say right now, honestly, we don't got nothing to lose. So just knowing that we don't got nothing to lose and just us keep building team chemistry has been helping that practice and stuff like that to get to Saturday.
You kind of mentioned Coach Hargraves. How has he pushed you as you've really, this your first year, like really starting and playing a big role? How has he pushed you to develop throughout the year?
Cole Hargraves, he's pretty strong. So just he pushed me day in, day out, told me that I had to step up, be a leader, and be there for my guys, and just everybody was going to build around it and stuff like that.
Scott, talk about the chip you guys had on your shoulders to defend your home turf. I mean, this was the last chance you had of winning a home game this year.
I say the chip that we had was basically just going out and playing football. We haven't played a fourth quarter game until today, so I say just continue to just keep going and just show everybody that we can do it, honestly.
Thanks for Scott. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it.